Hey everyone, welcome to another speed build. Today we're introducing the king penguins into our tundra biome sandbox mode park. I hope you're excited. I know I sure am. And if you want to see some adorable penguins, make sure to stick around. Once again, welcome back everyone. If you're joining us again, thanks for coming back and checking out my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tommy. I love Planet Zoo, I love animals, and I just really enjoy sharing fun conservational facts about different animals that Planet Zoo has in the game. And these speed builds are really just for me to get better at building and for all of us to learn a little bit about the animals that we're building for. Planet Zoo provides so much information about these animals that it would really be a shame to just brush it off. So let's get building. So while we are building for the king penguin today, there are two different types of penguins in the Planet Zoo game. So that's the African penguin and the king penguin. What's really cool is that these are two completely different species of penguins based off of where they live. So the African penguin lives on the coasts of Africa, around the beaches, and the king penguin lives in more subarctic, very cold environments. They have a lot of differences and we'll go over them today, but it is really cool that there are different species of penguins. I always thought they lived in cold environments only. I never realized that, they do live in like Africa. I would have never thought there was a such thing as an African penguin. So that's really cool. Today we're going to do king penguins, but I will build a African penguin habitat in the future. I'm really excited. So yeah, let's learn about king penguins. Now, if building a king penguin habitat is something you want to do and you do want to follow a little bit of the patterns that I have, you can do this in sandbox mode. You could really do it in any mode, but if you want unlimited resources, unlimited funds, and all the items to be readily available, I am building in sandbox mode, and I'm also building in the tundra biome. I have it set to sculpted, which gives the mountains and hills throughout the park. You can click flat and it will give you a flat park all the way from border to border. It is up to you. Also, just note, none of the items that I used today were from the workshop, so everything is from the game. I did use a lot of conservation pack stuff for behind the scenes, and then just a lot of stone items for the majority of the build. All of the gray pieces that you see right now are plaster pieces. I like them a lot because there are a lot of different sizes and they're changeable in color, so they're really versatile, and then you can do pretty much anything you want with it. Also, something that I find a little difficult when building in snow areas is that the snow tends to cover everything, which makes it very hard to build because you can't see anything. So if you have that issue and you want to get rid of the snow, go into the habitat section and click on the coolers and heaters, grab a heater and place it down, and the area that heater covers will melt the snow. You can remove it later, but it just helps out a lot, especially whenever you're trying to regulate the temperatures in like career mode or franchise mode, where you want the animals to be happy. Especially the king penguin, it's going to want a certain temperature. So the coolers, the heaters, they definitely work. In this case, I used a heater and I just kind of made it a little warmer, not much warmer, just enough to melt the snow. Now for this particular build, I'm going to be building multiple habitats for a few animals that live in these type of cold environments. The theme that we're going with is going to be stone, and then we also want to go with this idea of a small park with unlimited funds. So I'm trying to be more detail oriented, so I would like to have a area that has a lot of detail, that feels very, I guess the right word would be like engulfed in this Arctic theme. And yeah, so that's the idea behind this particular area. I wanted to practice curved walls and curved pathways, and also just scenery items and things outside of the habitat to make the habitat look better. Overall, just trying to do a little bit more than what I normally do. This particular habitat took me over 5 hours to build, partially because I didn't feel very creative, and so anytime I was having issues, I would just stop, wait a little bit, and then start over. I feel like it came out very well, and I feel like it definitely helped me get a lot better when it comes to detail-oriented builds. I do want to apologize ahead of time because the build itself was so long that I sped it up as fast as I could, and it is going to be about like 40 to 50 minutes long. So if you stick around the whole time, like, congrats, it's really great. I really appreciate it. And if not, I totally understand. There will be some adorable penguin footage at the end of this video for you to enjoy. Now, a little bit more about the king penguin. The king penguin is a beautiful, beautiful species of penguin in my personal opinion. But what's really cool is that they were thought to be the largest species of penguin for a long time. Now, they realized that there was another species of penguin that wasn't the king penguin that was larger. So the larger species is the emperor penguin, and they can be up to about a foot taller than the king penguins. Now, king penguins can be distinguished by their the yellow that they have on their body. Now, other penguins do have yellow on their body, like the rockhopper penguin that has the yellow hair that sticks up in the back. These king penguins are known for having the yellow on their chest and also the teardrop yellow marking on the side of their face. So just distinguishing factors for the king penguin. When you see the African penguin, that African penguin is a lot smaller, significantly smaller, and doesn't have that yellow. So just a way for you to tell them apart. Also, when building the king penguin habitat, make sure that you do have an area of water for them. They are very big swimmers because that's basically how they eat their food. They are able to dive to very, very far depths to consume fish. They consume a lot of fish. I read about 2,000 fish a day per penguin. That's a lot. And to do that, they can swim up to down to depths of over 1,100 feet. So to do that, they need to have great night vision. And I mean, imagine it. So the article that I read said that 1,100 feet is like the height of the Eiffel Tower. That's a long way for a penguin to swim. So basically, when building your habitat, make sure you have those water areas for them to swim. You can also use the underwater feeder for them if you would like. And remember, if you are building in a with a setting that allows protesters and animal welfare, if they don't have enough water to swim in, that will definitely attract the protesters. Now, in terms of baby penguins, king penguins will, they have to basically keep their egg warm for approximately 50 to 55 days until it hatches. After that, the chick is born without any fur, any hair, and or any feathers, and they still have to be kept warm by their parents. So how they'll do this is they will rest the egg on top of their feet and basically cover it up, and one parent will go off and get food, and they will just basically take turns until the egg is hatched. And the same thing with the chick. Now, when I was mentioning differences with the African penguins and the king penguins, this is one of them, because the African penguin will actually dig holes in the sand and build nests to keep their eggs and their chicks warm, where the king penguin doesn't build nests to keep their chicks warm. The king penguin is of least concerned on the endangered species list, which is really great. But like I say in all my videos, that can go from least concerned to vulnerable to endangered very quickly if we don't practice good stewardship for our environment. One of the threats that king penguins face is that of overfishing from humans. So the environments that they live in will have less fish for them to eat. They will have to swim out farther to get their fish, and that also puts them at risk of being lunch for another animal. They do have natural predators like seals, leopard seals, orcas. So those are the types of animals that they want to avoid, and having to swim farther to get that fish can be very dangerous for them. So basically, good stewardship of the environment and practice sustainable fishing consumption. So like I was saying before, this is a very long speed build and I won't keep you for much longer. If you are interested in building anything, once again, everything is from the game, nothing is from the workshop, and I used a lot of the conservation pack for behind the scenes. So if you're looking for behind the scenes items, the new conservation pack that came out in June is amazing for items that you can use just for behind the scenes areas. It's absolutely wonderful. It's probably one of my favorite packs. I hope you enjoy it. But I did use a lot of that for this area behind the scenes. Other than that, I just hope you enjoy the rest of this speed build, and if you want to see some penguin clips, I will put the timestamp down in the description below so you can skip forward. I've already started on the next animal, which will be adjacent to this habitat, and I'm really excited to show it off. I feel like it's a perfect fit for this environment, and I can't wait to show you. So until then, enjoy the rest of this clip and have a great day. Be a good steward of your environment, and remember, we don't need one person doing everything to save the planet. We just need everyone doing one thing to save the planet. I don't know where I heard that from, but it's not my quote. Anyways, have a great day. Continue being awesome, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks, and I'll see you later.
This one is